the doors to load in the food on the plane and let passengers in.
Or they fly, they're like, it's faster. This plane flies faster than we do, so we'll just get on that. Anyway.
I hate pigeons, though. It's like flying rats.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. Guys, meantime, we'll move on. We got a busy half hour lined up, starting with the head of the royal family now in the spotlight.
Yeah, King Charles just became the first leader of the British monarchy in nearly 50 years to open Canada's parliament. His speech was closely watched, given President Trump's repeated calls lately for Canada to become the 51st U.S. state.
NBC's Molly Hunter joins us now from Buckingham Palace with more on all the back and forth. Hey, Molly, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. It has got people talking, but the new Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, invited the King to hammer home a message of Canadian strength and independence. It was a message clearly designed to reach Canada's neighbors to the south.
This week, as King Charles and Queen Camilla touched down in Canada, one of the 14 Commonwealth realms still ruled by the British monarch, the message was clear. The King of Canada was in town, and it's not up for grabs.
The true north is indeed strong and free.
At the request of Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, Charles opened Parliament, delivering the so-called speech from the throne.
Today, Canada faces another critical moment. Democracy, pluralism, the rule of law, self-determination, and freedom are values which Canadians hold dear, and ones which the government is determined to protect.
He's only the second British monarch to do so. His mother, Queen Elizabeth II, delivered the speech back in 1977 and 1957. He never mentioned President Trump by name, but he didn't need to.
Canada's relationships with partners are also changing.
His Canadian subjects extended a warm welcome. It comes at a time President Trump has slapped tariffs on its northern neighbor and continues to muse about annexation. Yesterday, Trump posting on social media about possible future defense arrangements with Canada, saying it will cost $61 billion if Canada wants to be part of this so-called Golden Dome system, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. In recent months, the King has sent subtle messages of support for Canada. While meeting Prime Minister Carney on his first state visit, pointedly to the UK, not to the US, Charles wore a red tie and planted a maple tree at Buckingham Palace, a marked difference from Carney's first visit to the White House. This week, Carney's celebrating the King's support.
It was a very successful visit, a good reminder of the strength of Canadian institutions.
All right, so Molly, now with the recent back and forth between our neighbors to the north and the United States, what, if any, kind of role could the King potentially play between our two countries going forward?
A very delicate one, Craig. Look, the King is an apolitical figure, and this is a balancing act, and this was a trip not without political risk. Now, the U.S. ambassador to Canada gave an interview to Canadian TV. He said, look, the messaging wasn't lost. Of course, they're listening closely, but there are easier ways for the Canadian Prime Minister to get a message to Trump if that's what he was after. Craig?
All right, Molly Hunter for us there at Buckingham Palace. Thank you, Molly.
All right, coming up, the young heroes who raced in